You're the
Okay, but I have what 100
Because
followers.
you're doing exactly what you're trying to say that Rich is doing. You're sitting here saying these negative things about Rich, but yet you don't want Rich to be acting.
I'm saying that to a few hundred people. Meanwhile, he's saying that to a few 100,000 people. So
No.
You called me a horrible person, disgusting, all these really negative things. I've never said nothing bad about you. And I'm supposed to just take it. What about my mental?
exactly. Now you know what it feels like to be Mikayla. Now you know what it feels like to be literally any other person that you report on. Whoever just said that Mikayla can't talk back because of her brand deals and just has to essentially just take it because of her
I'm
brand
taking
deals.
it all day
Getting
long.
paid.
You understand? By you saying this to me, it's making you exactly what you're mad at me about.
Exactly.
You know.
I think it's kind of different because I'm not doing it every single day. This is my first time ever speaking.
I mean,
to you.
Ivan, everything's being recorded, right? So if I sent this audio to your boss and said, "Look how Ivan talked to me," they would be like, "Ivan, oh my God, you really said those nasty things about this guy?" And in the recording, he didn't say anything bad about you.
If you say bad stuff about Rich, it's
You're the
okay. But if you
bully.
say bad stuff about Mikayla, you're the devil.
I don't say bad things about you on the fucking scale that you do about Mikayla and about James Charles and every other person you've ever reported on.
Oh, James Charles has admitted
Are we
to
defending
talking
James
to
Charles?
underage kids. I'm not defending that, Ivan.
Yeah, neither am I. I don't like James Charles. He's a horrible person. He's a piece of shit too.
So why'd you
But I
bring him
feel
up?
like the way that, and this is like more of a Jeffree Star standpoint for me, is the way that he just
here we
shame
go.
blames like if he's not a horrible person.
Here we go.
So do you want Rich to report on Mikayla with lollipops and roses and give it a soft, oh, well, you know, they're talking about her and this is what they're saying, but she's cool.
You guys, leave Mikayla alone.
Yeah, leave Mikayla alone. It's just what the comments are saying. He's reading them.
I'm reading the room, honestly.
I mean, it can get paid, it can get the likes, and I get it that, you know, uplifting people and being so positive and whatever the fuck, it won't get the same traction, and that's what he needs to, you know, pay his bills, whatever. But he can be like other good drama channels who are still very credible, who are still very liked because they also send that message, you know, they take the 10 seconds of, oh, guys, let's remember, don't send hate, you know, guys, let's be a little bit more considerate. This is all maybe facts, but let's also, you know, not completely bash this person for no reason.
But nobody who watches Rich, none of us in the panel have ever gone over to Mikayla or went over on her videos and made nasty comments, snide comments, made nasty comments to her followers. We just let them love her the way they want to. No big deal. That's who they love.
Exactly, but there isn't any love when they're hearing this entire 1 minute video of, you know, him throwing all this shade at Mikayla. How are some people going to be like, oh, you know what? I just heard all these negative, horrible connotations about Mikayla. Let me go and spread some positivity to her. Clearly, the opposite reaction is going to be warranted as far as what they had just heard from Rich's channel. And that's what's going to be given over there to Mikayla. I'm not saying any of you guys personally, as far as Rich Lux and the rest of the people in this live right now, are, you know, going and hating directly on Mikayla. But it definitely paints a negative light and allows a lot of other people to go
Ivan,
as well.
is this Ivan?
I like the lighthearted message.
Why do you settle? Why do you think it's okay for a liar to keep on lying, Ivan? It's my turn now, the real Ivan.
The real.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Why do you think it's okay? Why do you want to normalize a liar? Why can't Rich say, "Hey, she's lying"? That's what he's doing. She's lying. If she doesn't want to be called a liar, maybe stop lying.
Okay, I'm saying apart from everyone's controversies, Jeffree Star, Mikayla, Asherino, well, honestly, Asherino, I really don't give a fuck about. But any other person that Rich can report on, he can do it in a better fashion that allows...
Well, so could she? She could have said, don't send him any hate when she called him a POS in front of 16 million people.
I feel like it gets to a point where getting all this negative hate on you, 3 pinned videos, hundreds of other videos with all these thousands of likes, and I'm assuming a lot of hate. I'm not even assuming. I know that she gets a lot of hate brought over from Rich Lux's channel. you know, it gets to a point where that's what comes out. That's what you naturally feel because this person is just constantly
Anita,
recording.
the voice of reason.
Listen, look, Rich, I fucks with you heavy. I'm on both sides of the spectrum. I love Mikayla. I love Rich. So I'm going to look at it as devil's advocate. I'm looking at it both ways, right? I see both sides like Chanel. And everybody knows, if you know me, I've come on this panel all the time. I know Rich for real, for real. And for me, I feel like it's both sides are doing the exact same thing. And my thing is you can't. Now, and this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. You can't get mad now because I see a lot of people on this panel saying, and Ivan, mute. Because we heard you talk for a minute now. I need you to just do what Beyonce said. Look around, everybody on mute. Just mute that mic. When it comes to when I see everybody on this panel,
He muted it.
I see everybody on this panel, and I look, and everybody is on defense for Rich. But everybody's also not saying Rich is doing the same thing that now Mikayla just did. And it doesn't probably feel good for Rich. Rich probably don't give a fuck. But you can't sit here and say, oh, Mikayla just called Rich a piece of shit. That's her opinion. Just like Rich gives his fucking opinion, she has full right to do. She's not going over there telling everybody on her page, go send Rich Lux some hate. That's not what she said. Because I watched the video. If people are their own person, if they want to go ahead and go in her comments and say disrespectful things on Rich's behalf, she can have her people come on her behalf and say do the exact same thing. It doesn't matter. At this point, we're not going to sit here and play like Rich's supporters don't go hard for him, just like Mikayla's supporters don't go hard for him. Because guess what? When it comes to both of them, I'm going to go hard for both of them. I don't give a fuck who they are. And for me, that's what it is. Now, I will say is, Rich, you do go a little bit harder on Mikayla than you do for Jeffrey. You just said that, though, and I respect that. That's big on your behalf to say that. You go a little bit harder. I don't feel like when Mikayla does great things, or you talk about the giveaway or something like that, you don't talk about all the great things Mikayla also does for other people. You didn't talk about, her taking her friends to Vegas and talking about her and Samantha. She brought all her friends tickets and stuff like that. But if Jeffree Star dropped a line on somebody, you'd be posting about it quickly. So I understand where Ivan is coming from, but at the same time, we're also not going to sit here and say like, you have to do that anyway. It's your platform. You choose to do what you want to. If people don't want to fucking watch your videos, they don't fucking have to. There's a block button. There's an unfollow button if you're not interested. Jeffrey didn't want me to call him his ass to the altar and tell him he needs to apologize to Jackie because he didn't apologize to everybody. He didn't apologize to Jackie. And I'm tired of people on this platform acting like he apologized to that woman because he fucking didn't. He apologized to Tati Westbrook. He apologized for the drama. He apologized for him being nasty. And he says, and everybody keeps saying, he changed. Well, if he changed, why the fuck is he still talking about Mikayla? And we're still months later, still talking about the same shit, doing the same shit. If you're a changed person, when you're sorry for something, you say you're sorry for something, you don't just say sorry. It's changed behavior. But yeah, he does the same shit. And like I said, that's fine on his behalf. Just like Jeffrey don't want to hear me asking him, did he apologize to Jackie? And he blocked me. That's his choice. He could do whatever the fuck he want to do. He don't want to hear me calling his ass to the altar. He's a grown adult, but we need to stop acting like these motherfuckers on this platform who have millions and trillions of motherfucking dollars give a fuck about what any one person says. Let's be clear. Again, Mikayla said what the fuck she said. If she feels as though Rich is a horrible person, she called his ass out. Rich could say whatever the fuck he want to say after that.
And say this, and to Ivan one more time, and to everyone in the chat, when you click on my face up here, it says Rich Lux, celebrity news and gossip. You already know what you're signing up for when you are watching my videos. You're going to get news, you're going to get gossip, you're going to get satire. And at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here dressed as a clown wearing makeup, and people still get upset about it. This within itself is a gag. And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, so
to wake it up as well. When it comes to the whole James conversation, let that shit go. At this point, look where we're at, right? Let's look at it this way. Look where we're at. James's business is still flourishing. Jeffrey's businesses are still flourishing.
I know what you're talking about, Nita. Because it seems like when people try to bring it up, it's like a lost cause, like a battle that's not ever going to be won. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's just getting old for me at this point. And let's be clear. We already know the conversations that have been had, and we already had proof given to us in our fucking faces that these minors lied about their ages. Let's be clear. If my black ass goes into a bar tonight or tomorrow, I'm not gonna go ask somebody in a fucking bar, oh, what age are you? Bitch, no, because you would think somebody's in a bar. But what if, let's just say that person's an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old and they snuck into a bar, they had a fake ID. Then, I mean, and they still showed your ID anyway. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. No, I'm not condoning him talking to fucking minors, but let's be clear. People on this social media got shit fucked up. How many people on social media, now, no shade. Let's play devil's advocate here. Rich, you just went up to a guy and asked for his number, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you ask for his ID?
No, because in order for you to have a job, or if you have a job, you have to be at least of age.
16. You have to. No, you don't. You have to be at least 16 years.
You can't be
age.
underage and get a job, girl.
Yes, you
Girl,
can.
I have a job. What are you talking about?
16-year-olds can have a job with the worker's permit.
Ivan, how old are you?
I'm 16.
That's the working paper. If
How
you're
old?
underage.
16?
Hi, Ivan.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so
One
again,
thing before I go, okay?
When do you stop?
One thing before I go, because I actually have to go to that job. I completely agree with Anita. I don't know. I think that's how you pronounce the name.
I need a bump.
Okay, so I just
I
followed
need a
that.
bump, bitch. Fuck you.
I really agree with all the points that they made, and coming from both sides of the train, you know, I think Rich Lux does his thing and Mikayla does his thing. And honestly, I get that where Mikayla didn't say, "Oh, you guys, let's not hate." She just called you a piece of shit, right? Like we understand that.
Well,
I also understand the point where it's like,
what happened? Come on, Ivan. Knowing that fans would be like, "What the hell?"
Guess what? But at the same time, it's like, again, we can't sit here and be like, okay, Rich, when you comment on certain things, you know your supporters are going to ride for you. Just like Jeffrey did the same thing to Mikayla, called her team members. And guess what she did? She made a fucking joke about it. And I hope she makes merch. I hope she does. But for me, again, I'd feel the same way. Like, you know, when you bring something to the light with your platform, with your public platform, it leaves it up for your supporters to go ahead and do something. Everybody's not going to be smart and adults at the end of the day when it comes to it. Everybody's not going to be like, oh my gosh, pay it. Like how Corey said, pay it. Like she's going to pay it no mind. Like she sees it, she's not going to go to Mikayla's page to do it. Everybody's not like Corey. Everybody's not like Anita. Everybody's not like Patrick. Everybody's not like Heidi. Everybody's not like Ivan. Everybody's not like each other. So yeah, there might be 5 of us up here who may not go to somebody's page to spread hate, but there's also on your platform, there's almost 400,000 people.
Anita, thank you. Ivan, what do you think about what Nerd Mama 7 said to you? She said 16 isn't old enough for you to have an opinion.
girl, I'm not even going to respond to that because that was just a stupid ass comment. But one final note, because I really do have to go. I kind of had my perspective changed after Anita came out here with her words of wisdom. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anyone, but
Her girl, I'm a ganache. You can say whatever you want.
okay. So you know, like there was hate from both sides. Maybe not hate. Okay, let me rephrase that. There was definitely shade from both sides, and I understand that Rich is doing this as a job. But you know, it would just be nicer to see more of a equilibrium between the way you report between Jeffree Star and Mikayla, and the lighting that you put both of them in. Because I get, at the end of the day, it's facts and whatnot. So that's my perspective. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, Ivan. And honestly, I just want to say this: if I really was,
But do not go past the pole.
okay, if I really was a lot of the mean things people say I am online, I wouldn't allow them to come up here in my panel and verbally abuse me and actually have really open conversations. Does that make sense? So I'm glad that you gave me your time and we spoke about it.
Ivan, can I make a point to you? Can I make a real quick point? I understand how you say you want Rich to change the way he presents his platform or whatever, but can you say the same about Mikayla, about her lying about these products that she's telling everybody they're wonderful? She's also lying to her audience, knowing that they're going to go out and buy these things.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot of change on both sides. Maybe more Mikayla than Rich Lux, honestly. The reason I just came on here and, you know, said all these things to Rich was because of the negative light and whatnot, right? But Mikayla is a liar, and I'm going to admit that because I don't support her, so I don't gain or lose anything from admitting that she is a liar. And everyone, I just want to say this really quick before I leave. Everyone's saying that I need to shut up because I'm 16. Like, I guess I can't have a fucking opinion because I'm 16. You're stupid if you do that.
You're a young-minded person, and you're developing, and your thoughts are your thoughts. And there's nothing wrong with being great.
Thank you, Ivan. Have a good one. Have a good day at work. Have a good day at work. Bye bye.
Also, I wanted to say before he left, but that's okay.
He can hear you. He can hear you.
You gave him an opportunity to be able to speak. Does Mikayla give people opportunities? Like, does she ever do anything like this?
Heidi, you literally started speaking what I came up here to speak about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So let's talk about access and why people are able to say to Rich whether or not they like or hate his content. It's because of access. A panel is open, and I keep saying this to Rich. Many persons are coming here not as a colleague because they review makeup or because we do the same things socially or because we have the same type of media content. They're simply coming here as a fan of Mikayla.
Right.
Coming here just to defend her is different because people are not going to reason outside of defending her. And it's so strange to me that they can come and tell you, call you out on your content, and it's not their job. Meanwhile, your bio, your brand is about reviewing, and that includes calling people out on their bullshit when there is bullshit. Exactly. One of the things I applaud you for, Rich, is not picking on Mikayla. I think you only talk about the bullshit when bullshit is present. I don't think you go out of your way to call things out unless it presents itself to you, and that makes all the difference. That makes you a good person.
Thanks,
and many persons, I'm reading through the comments, and Rich, I want you to know you are not responding to your colleagues. You're responding to people who are here defending Mikayla. That's just your purpose, to defend her.
Right, and their mind is already made up. They have no intention of coming to this panel with any sort of open mind and maybe hearing someone else's point of view, which I think a lot of us on this panel do. We hear other people's point of views and we take it into consideration and do have changes of not flipping back and forth.
I'm still live, but keep it down. Okay.
You know, these people are coming in and they've already had their mind made up. That's
and Heidi, in terms of the culture of the popular,
yeah,
you know that Rich would be the one to get the whip because he's not the one with the 60 million followers. And the numbers count because the numbers tell you how many persons are on your side.
Right.
And I'm so sorry, Rich. In this case, her numbers outbeat yours. So in this case, you'd have a higher number of people doing what they say that you're doing is wrong and doing it to you.
But guess what, Cam? My numbers are real.
Your numbers are real. Thank you so much. And they're all, before they say you're upset, you're so upset. Your numbers are real, and it comes with clarity. It comes with saying, I do gossip. It comes with saying, if you make yourself an influencer, you are part of being a review, anything that's a part of the culture of the popular that's worth talking about. Rich does it, especially when it's his category: beauty, celebrity, lifestyle.
right. Totally agree with you. Totally agree.
My problem is
And we were
Rich is not reviewing what the 60 million people wants to hear, and so they attack him for it. That's the only problem here.
Right. But before we were talking about Mikayla, we were actually talking about the Astrovino thing. And I mean, I was on the live for a good 10, 15 minutes, and there was absolutely no Mikayla talk. Someone came up and brought her name up. So what is Rich going to do? Say, no, my fan, you cannot talk about this because it might upset one of her fans? He wasn't even talking about her.
Okay, you see now, Heidi, people like Triskin, I won't even respond to because her comment was 300,000 followers is a drop in the ocean compared to 16 million. It's not a drop in any ocean because for Rich's bucket, it's a lot.
Absolutely.
Rich is coming from a space where if you had followed him in earlier times, like a few years ago, TikTok, he has a house. He has gained followers he didn't have. He has made friends in spaces he never thought he could be in because of his work. So 300,000 is not in comparison to anything when 300,000 is the real deal for you and where you're coming from.
Right. That's a great point.
It can't be compared to anything.
Right.
Where Rich is coming from, 300,000 is everything.
Right.
Rich, can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Everyone's sitting there and saying that they're frustrated that people are defending Mikayla based on whatever it is that she's going through. But you're talking about wanting to be this pop culture celebrity, whatever, gossiper. But I think that the problem people have is when you see that there's a weakness in somebody, you keep going for that weak point, right? Instead of sitting there and focusing on the good and the bad. And a lot of these people in the panel are sitting there saying, oh, well, they're focusing on her lying. She says that she reviews some product or whatever and it's great and telling everybody they should go buy it. And so people go buy it and it's crap. When at the end of the day, every single person that watches that video has their own brain to come with their own thought process and their own decision making. Just because somebody sits there and says that they love something doesn't mean that I have to, right? And as an adult, I have a choice of whether or not I want to either A, follow that, or B, try it for myself to see if it's something that I like. I'm not going to blame somebody else because they say that something's great. Why are we holding that against her when every single influence that is out there is doing exactly what she's doing, what you're doing, and what everybody else is doing, is they're trying to go and get that bag. Period.
That's not accurate, though.
Okay, so
how is it not accurate?
Alicia,
not every influencer says that a product is good if it's not. There are many influencers that I watch that will be very honest and say, maybe this will work for you, because there's also, something could work for me, great, and not work for you. And it could be just a very good product. It just doesn't work with maybe your chemistry and it works with mine, right? So I understand what you're saying about her recommending something. It's up to you to decide to buy it or not. But there are influencers out there that don't do brand deal after brand deal and don't say they like things if they don't.
Not just that.
How do you know whether she likes it or she doesn't? Just because somebody's sponsoring her doesn't mean that she doesn't necessarily like it. And even if she doesn't, again, you as an adult, myself as an adult, and every single person that watches her video that's on this app is an adult and has the opportunity to say, I'm going to go try it and see if it's something that I like. And if it's not, that's on me.
Alicia,
I tried it. I don't like it.
Alicia, hold on. What is Rich doing that's not making him an adult?
What are you talking about? I think you totally missed what I just said.
Alicia, if an adult means that somebody can say something, what is Rich doing that is childish to say it's wrong or right? What is childish about it? What is childish about saying
the childish part of what he's doing is sitting there seeing that there's a weakness in somebody.
You know what
who's sitting there and I just listened to you, so you can go ahead and listen to me. At the end of the day, him sitting there and attacking some girl's weakness.
That's the issue.
Based on what her feelings are or whatever, instead of focusing on the good and the bad, is the problem. At the end of the day, if he wants to sit there and be a celebrity gossip person, like the most successful of the successful, say TMZ, they're not just sitting there harping on one or two people. They're sitting there focusing on everybody, and it's not just the negative, it's the positive as well. That's a choice that a person has in whether or not they want to be minimal successful or major successful. That's the difference.
Issue. You want good news from Rich about Mikayla. You want Rich to say something good about Mikayla so bad. That's the issue. And so the calling out of every time Rich thinks that she's lying, for you, which what you said, I'm going to repeat your word, is somehow translating as attacking her because he's not saying this is beautiful, she's right, she's pretty, this is correct. Or
that's not what I said.
Because he's not calling her out.
That's not what I said.
You want him to stop saying bad things or start saying good things.
Nope, that's not what I said.
But Alicia, but I'm asking you then, what's childish about what Rich is doing?
I just told you, somebody who sits there and wants to be a successful celebrity gossip person is going to sit there and focus on all celebrities. They're not going to sit there and focus so much on one person. And at the end of the day, you cannot sit there and say that the majority of the focus is not on this girl. And at the end of the day, if you don't like her,
it could be. But what if Rich wants to find out when she's lying, and his content is to call that out? Why can't Rich choose one thing, which is calling out the lies and only talking about the bad stuff? What is wrong with that?
I just sat there and said that 5 minutes ago, and apparently you weren't listening. At the end of the day, whether she wants to sit there and say that some product, whether I think it's garbage, you think it's garbage, and she thinks it's great, or deep down she thinks that it's garbage and she's just trying to get her money, I have a brain to think for myself. Who cares if this person is sitting there saying that something is great? If she wants to jump off of a bridge, that doesn't mean that I have to jump off a bridge. I'm going to sit there and question for myself if that's something that I want to do.
This is back and forth because Rich,
right? Because you won't listen.
Rich, I want you to know that when you do your reviews, calling it out, that's you thinking for yourself. Mm-hmm. You hear me, Rich? When you call people out on their bullshit, it's a part of you thinking for yourself. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say to you.
Amen. To you and to Alicia, when you, because you keep saying the word adult. And so there are a lot of
attacking.
No. I'm not saying that you're not an adult, Rich.
No.
I'm not saying that.
No, I am. But just hear me out. There are people who are watching Mikayla who are not adults, and when she's saying, "Oh, I love this so much," and wait, hold on, and she says, "I love this. I love it so much," and it's sponsored, and I pull up the video, and I was like, "Well, 2 months ago you said you didn't like it." And then here you are saying you do like it because now it's sponsored. I'm calling that out because people who are not adults don't know. And people, there's a little girl and a little boy who's turning 18 years old every day, and they're getting a little job at the mall buying makeup, and they don't know, and they're believing everything she's saying because there's a check behind it. And I like how I started was consumer protection, and when I call people out, it's to protect their dollars and say, don't buy this. This person's only saying they love it because they're getting paid for it. Do your own research, and if you buy it because Mikayla reviewed it and said it was great, and when you buy it and you don't like it, it's not working, doesn't look the same on camera. That's just what I'm talking about. But
do you hear how different you just said that?
You know what?
He's
been saying it the whole time.
But at the end of the day, when you sit there and say something of, hey,
Alicia,
think for yourself.
Alicia,
you have your own opportunity to try something.
The fact that you select.
Hold on 1 second, please.
Alicia,
at the end of the day, if they're sitting there and having the opportunity to go and review for themselves whether or not they like something,
that's what Rich does.
Oh my God,
that's what Rich
this guy won't shut up.
Well, why would you waste your money though?
You can sit there and ask somebody, hey, go try for yourself. What works for my skin complexion is going to be different than your skin complexion.
Obviously, she doesn't watch every single episode.
That's what Rich does, though. You're saying what Rich does.
Different from Heidi's.
Yes, you're saying what Rich does.
At the end of the day, we're all different, and we all have the opportunity to try something and see for ourselves if it's right for us.
Rich does that, Alicia. But what happens is that because Rich goes for what people goes for, which is Mikayla, the popular content, and she produces so much content that's worth calling out. You think that each time Rich goes for it, which is what you're also going for, but you want him to say something good when something good is not allowed to be said, and because he's going up your alley, 2 things you said tonight, you don't think it's adult, and you think it's attacking. And I'm saying to you, what you're saying about it being independent content, people being adult, people having their own choices, that's what Rich is doing. What you understand?
It's biased what she's saying.
That's
what she's saying is biased because she's not watched all the videos.
For Mikayla, hold on, Armando. What Rich is not doing is advocating for Mikayla in the ways that you are. So it might, you're tripping. What are you not understanding, darling? What are you not understanding? Because you're here as a Mikayla advocate, but I'm saying to you, Mikayla has the right to produce her content. Rich has the right to call out each and every. So if Mikayla has 2 million videos, Rich will have 2 million videos saying it's a lie and 2 million.
Well,
it's both an adult thing, and they're both making their own choices. What are you not understanding?
Again, I want to say this one thing is that because we're going to go back to the fact that Mikayla has 19 million followers that are straight. Okay, it comes back to sexuality. That's what this all boils down to is sexuality. Fact of the matter is that the gay people are listen, there's gays and straights, and the straights are watching her and the gays are watching him. But it really boils down to it's about sexuality. It's about being biased.
That's horrible.
It's
That's
about being biased,
horrible.
and that's exactly what it's about.
That's horrible. At the end of the day,
It's facts. It's facts. It's facts.
At the end of the day,
Show me your proof.
I'm not advocating for Mikayla.
I have proof.
I'm not advocating for Mikayla.
I know. Are you straight? Are you straight?
You are.
Are you straight?
Somebody who's looking like they're broken.
Are you straight?
Oh my God. Am I straight?
Are you straight? Yeah.
I have a question. So
what does that have to do with anything?
Alicia.
It has everything.
Alicia, is it his delivery that's bothering you, or is it what he's saying that's bothering you?
It's the delivery.
Okay.
Thank you for asking that question.
Alicia.
But Alicia, that is his personality. That is the satire. That is the personality. It is the comical.
The gayness.
And the rich of it all. That
it's
is
the gayness, baby.
You know what, too, Patricia?
Asking Mikayla to change the way she delivers.
Can you repeat that, Patricia? Because somebody was speaking over you.
Okay, so you want Rich to change his delivery?
No. I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying, Rich, you're gonna do what's right for you. I'm not saying to change who you are as a person. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, if you can't sit there and watch a female's video that is quite obviously broken, and let's assume that she's broken because of how she's portraying herself, why keep sitting there and harping on that? That's my thing.
Because he can, because he's an adult who makes his. You said it before. That's the thing, you know. That's the thing. That's the thing, Alicia. So Rich is an adult who is doing adult things that you don't like. That's the point. I'm gonna come off your case. That's where I dismiss you, because you don't understand that Rich adulting is not looking the way how you presume it, because he's not liking everything. He's not saying everything positive. He's not appearing all sunshine and peachy when he's talking about Mikayla. So you don't approve of that. You don't approve of his delivery, which is not his delivery. It's his personality.
It's not for me to approve or not approve.
It's who he is and what he does. But he doesn't come and say hi and cry and do all the things that resonate with you as a woman who you are. And the fact that you are here saying the things that you are saying on behalf of Mikayla, but saying that you aren't advocating for her, is where I draw the line. Because you are, darling, you are. You are, because I don't understand that this is the thing. Mikayla can have 2,000 videos, and Rich just decides to be the one person who picks on her and say negative things about that, everything about those. He can have 2,000 videos as well.
Hey, asshole.
Negative in response to that.
Hey, asshole.
Whoa.
Oh,
You.
Lord.
Yeah. You.
Hold on.
You gotta get rid of that.
Hold on. Linda, darling. Linda.
No.
Are you in prison?
Listen.
We don't
Linda,
address
are you
people
in
like
county
that.
jail?
Linda, I don't want to be mean, but before you call, no.
Can I
You can't speak. You can't speak after you say asshole, because you look like you're on the spectrum.
Listen to what I have to say. People who are fans who come on TikTok and
Another straight person.
You're gonna have a heart attack, bro.
Still more mad than I am.
The world doesn't need you.
Linda, Alicia, and I, we've been having a disagreement, and we didn't even call anyone any names.
Okay,
Are you okay, honey?
Listen, but you're calling English. You're calling Mikayla names.
You gotta take a breath, girl.
God.
Linda,
Dang.
take a deep breath. Collect it.
Oh,
Give me a chance to speak. For once,
I got where you at? Show your face.
I'm right here.
Are you okay?
Honey, we all
Got
have
a
a
panic
voice.
attack.
Okay.
Sorry, can I speak for 1 second, please?
Linda, hold on,
Yeah.
darling. Are you calling us assholes?
No, I'm calling everybody who picks up people, all of them.
That are straight.
Take a deep breath, baby.
All of them.
Breath.
Everyone's an asshole.
But you just called us all assholes. That's picking on us.
Yeah, that's why
You can't do that. If you want to come in and be respectful.
Linda, your hostility is the only reason why I'm not giving you a chance to speak. That's why I'm keep interrupting you because you're
Girl, you eat the ass of Hitler.
Moron, because you're a fucking gay moron.
Okay, thank you,
Whoa.
Linda.
Thank you so much, straight woman.
Linda, I don't argue with disabled. I don't argue, and you're pretty much on the spectrum, Linda. And I'm gonna keep my morals intact here. I don't go on the spectrum
You have
too.
morals, but you're picking on Mikayla.
Nobody's picking on her.
Oh, God.
An opinion. An opinion.
Okay, and you're picking, but you could have, because Alicia and I'm gonna say
Takes a bully to be a bully.
Alicia, thank you for sitting with me
Look at you
in
little
disagreement
moron.
and not call me
Well,
anything.
look what you just been calling names and names and names.
Yeah,
That exactly.
Linda, come on, Linda.
Can you remove Linda now for her
That's all right.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, the
I
spectrum.
didn't want to be
Out of pocket.
if she had a heart attack or anything. I had to take her down.
I will come out of
Girl, call 911.
asshole because I'm not gonna do this.
Okay, so I don't know why I was kicked. Armando, you keep saying so much about straight people. I really don't hear from you. I'm gay. I don't support Rich Lux because, honey, he's a mess. He's a hot mess. I would never support someone just like him. I would never.
Well, that's your
and
opinion,
Armando,
sweetheart.
when you say only
It's
straight people
Armando,
listen to
not Armando.
Mikayla, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
It's
That's
Armando.
I don't
It's
really
Armando.
care how to say it. I really don't care. That's the
Okay,
funny
well,
thing.
great.
I really
That's your
don't
opinion.
care.
You
So
got
shut up.
everything to
Get off
say.
your
There you
drugs.
go.
Get off your
No,
drugs.
you shut up.
please. And
Honestly, bitch, I'm not even on
Jamaican,
drugs
please
yet.
be quiet. Jamaican,
I'm not even
please
on
be quiet.
drugs
You
yet.
keep talking over people. I really
Come
don't.
on now, racist.
No one
You're a
really wants to
racist.
hear from you. Really, no one. I'm racist.
Racist. What does Jamaican have anything to do with anything? You shouldn't
No,
call
I'm
anybody
talking about the
Jamaican.
Jamaican in here. I'm talking about the
You
Jamaican.
should call anybody Jamaican,
I'm talking
bitch.
about Jamaican.
Jamaican be crazy,
Yeah, I
bitch.
know it's a Jamaican accent. Girl, like, are you dumb?
Shut the hell up, bitch.
Are you
Get
dumb?
a
Please
life.
shut up.
Are you
Get
like
off the drugs.
16?
Get off something.
You're
on
16.
something. Get
Shut
off
up,
this-
bitch.
Get off the live.
You better get off your mom and dad's
Ooh,
iPhone.
you're mad. Is you mad? Did I make you mad? Oh,
Ain't nobody
I'm
mad at you,
sorry.
bitch, 'cause you're
I'm
16
sorry.
and
You
still-
is
get
a
real.
child. You is a child.
Get real.
Get off my.
Are you even legal?
Let me not say that. But anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So why
You're
about-
16 years old,
Can you please be
bitch.
quiet? Can you please be quiet? Thank you.
No, can you
probably
please
go
go
after
back to
16-year-olds.
school?
You probably go after 16-year-olds. I really don't hear from you. Okay.
Bitch,
Anyways,
can
Rich
you
Lux,
please
do
get
you
a-
wanna talk
an
about-
ID?
Can you be quiet? Can you be quiet, please?
No, I ain't being
Can
quiet.
Can you be quiet? Can you be quiet?
You gotta say you're a minor, bitch. You're a minor.
Get off me. You're
You're a
ripping
minor
on me.
hoe.
You like children. You like children. I don't hear from you.
Yeah, let me be a
Anyways,
predator
Rich
then.
Lux,
All right,
so I have
right.
something
Okay,
to say.
James
Can you be
Charles.
quiet? Can you be quiet?
Okay,
Can you be
James
quiet?
Charles.
Can you mute? Can you mute?
Predator pallets.
Can you mute?
Can you mute, bitch?
Can you mute?
No,
Thank
I'm not
you.
gonna mute.
Thank you. Thank you.
No.
Thank you. Anyways,
No,
so
nobody's
Rich
gonna
Lux,
mute
you have
me
a
either,
lot to say
bitch.
about Mikayla
Can you
and
mute?
stuff like that. Oh my God, this thing won't
Yeah.
stop talking to me.
You can't.
Like, shut up.
In love,
You-
you
this thing will get your ass together, ho.
Jamaican, please be quiet. Stop jumping in, okay?
You're prejudiced as
You are
fuck,
talking
bitch.
Oh my God, they just getting on me now. Oh my God.
Yeah, because you're prejudiced. You're 16 years old. You're
You want to
talking out
keep
of your
going after
ass.
Mikayla. You want to say like how people get related.
Hey, sisters.
So you want to say, so what you say is,
Sisters.
oh my God, can y'all shut up? Like for real, can y'all shut up?
Sisters.
Can y'all shut up? Can y'all shut up? Like for real. Can y'all shut up?
You shut up, bitch.
Rich,
Armando, you keep
Rich, if we're gonna talk to somebody,
Armando.
Guys, In Love is a fake account. Look,
I know, he's 16 years old.
And
It's actually Mikayla. They changed her
and
voice.
is
You know who
problem,
it is,
and
Mikayla.
is problem, and is problem.
we at least
Anyways,
Rich, if we're gonna talk to
anyways, get on my
somebody,
face. Get on.
we're gonna talk to somebody.
Ain't nobody in your face, bitch. You're in a
Girl, why
box,
is you
hoe.
muting me? You should be
Rich,
muting them.
can you hurry up and get him down? Right, it's a fake profile. We don't know who.
Exactly.
Look like this right here.
Yeah, look.
That's Mikayla, girl.
Talking. I got
Oh, hi, Heidi. You look so beautiful. Happy New Year.
like that. I'm so grateful that you are stating your thoughts and opinion in such an adult and respectful way and not doing that. Thank you, Alicia.
No,
Absolutely.
Alicia, and if
Oh
I,
yeah,
if,
Alicia, thank you.
yeah, Alicia, and if I said anything that made you feel offensive, I'm really sorry because you are
No.
so respectful. It's
Thank you, Molly.
ridiculous. Like you are nothing compared to anyone who you share the same view as you. And
I
thank
just,
you.
I appreciate that. And I
It's
want you
insane,
guys to
isn't it?
understand that I'm only coming from a place of empathy. To
Yes.
see somebody hurting
Bella
like that
Trade in the background.
breaks my heart. And that's all I'm trying to say is that I wish we as people could come together and support people a little bit more instead of constantly trying to break.
Yes.
The world is an
Daddy.
ugly, ugly place. And I just want to lift people up. That's all I'm trying to say.
And there's
Amen. Hallelujah.
Alicia, to be fair, I'm going to open my heart and open my mind and say this. If you are a fan of Mikayla and you follow her, because you know I used to until she had a beef with a Jamaican makeup artist
Bring the trade
and brand
back.
owner, which is a friend of mine. That's the only way I followed her, which is a personal thing, right? Because as Jamaicans together. But I'll say this with an open mind. I'll say this. If you follow Mikayla and you follow Rich and you see Rich's content of Mikayla, I'll say this with an open mind. I see
you,
where you're
Melissa.
coming from in thinking
Thank you,
that
Melissa.
perhaps Rich does too much call out on Mikayla. I see where you're coming from.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna open my mind to that. If that's the point of view where if someone can come here and say, Rich, perhaps I think you do too much call out, or perhaps the call out can be translated as hate, then I understand. And
That's
if
where
that's
I'm
your
coming
point of view, Alicia, I get it. And with an open mind, I open it to that too.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You are
You
most
should have your own advocacy on here in your own show.
All right. What's up, Auntie Prue? How are you?
Auntie Prue.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Is she there?
She gone, bitch. I don't know where she at. Are you there, Brew?
I don't
I
think
was. I don't know what happened.
There you are. Did you get the package?
Yay.
I did. I was going to thank you, but I've had a really bad week.
Aww.
Christmas is very
I'm
depressing.
surprised you didn't
because-
make 4 videos about it.
Well, I'm doing a live today, so.
Go ahead, Auntie Prue. Go ahead.
No, this is really interesting. I'm enjoying this conversation.
Oh yeah, you know it's on both sides. It's very interesting. I mean, we have over 200 people in here watching it, and sometimes it shoots up to even more. So people in the chat saying it's boring and you're a bully.
It's
Listen,
bias.
we let people come up here and speak their mind. I drop the ones that just go out the gate cussing and stuff like that, or calling people Jamaicans. Like, you don't say that to Kim. She's a lovely person.
That was horrible.
But a lot of the times,
Well,
I've noticed. Go ahead.
You know I love you to death, right?
Yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
So, but I also love Mikayla to death too. So.
Yeah, she does. The Auntie Prue sees it both sides of it.
I'm not defending anybody. I'm not really defending Rich, and I'm
You know
not
what,
defending
Auntie?
Mikayla.
Maybe you might know what I'm talking about. You remember, like, back in the day, like, drag queens used to be so shady in the dressing rooms, and it's like you bring that onto the internet and people get so offended with the cattiness of it all, you know?
It's very catty.
All I can say is everybody has their own opinion. Rich has been nothing but nice to me, and also Mikayla has been nothing but nice to me. So when I listen to this stuff, I listen to both sides, and I just, form my own opinions, but I try not to get involved.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Mikayla's a lovely person. And anytime there's drama, or I think is drama, I make my little video about it. I don't think anybody would ever watch, but they do.
Well, I watch, and that's your job, so.
And I'm thankful for it. But it's just my little opinions. And everyone has an opinion. It doesn't make what I say true or not unless I come with facts. But at the end of the day, like when you click on this page, you see a clown talking about gossip and news and stirring the pot. You know what you're getting into. So don't be upset about it.
Okay, I have a decent little account. It's not huge, but it's not really small. But I'm very aware of the fact that if I ever do get huge, people are going to start talking about me, good or bad. But that's part of the gig.
Yeah, but can you understand that some people, though, like, because I'm not 100% positive on this, so don't quote me, but I think that she said she's from a small town, right? And at the end of the day, somebody who is known as a nobody or doesn't really have a big following, and then all of a sudden blows up, they don't necessarily have that thick skin that some of us other people do. And I think at the end of the day, when you see that somebody is broken, whether it's regarding what you're saying, Rich, or somebody else is saying, or she didn't get enough bag on something, or whatever the case may be, she's obviously broken. So I think that at the end of the day, everybody's just trying to say, let's take it down a notch, because I think we can all agree that God forbid something happened to her, everybody would feel really guilty for going in hard on her, even if it's just satire and even if it's just your opinion, right? Like,
I agree, Alicia. So this is a point of view I'm taking too, again with an open mind, Alicia, because you've been so respectful and I really appreciate that. Especially since you're coming in with a different point of view from the panel or from the host. Now, Rich, I could say because I've always seen your reviews as just reviews, but something shifted because, the person you're reviewing who, let's say that you normally have a negative review about when they're lying or a call out or multiple call outs, that they said that partly because of you, they've been having a bad year. No, Alicia, that's a decent thing to say because it's true. She did say her year was stuck and she called Rich Lutz's name. The folks had come with the point of view to say, human to human, take it down a notch. A conversation, just as how we're having a conversation now, we would open the floor up for a conversation, but people are coming in, assholes, bully, hater, this, take the account down, reporting. It wouldn't be anything different from what Rich is doing, which is number one. Two wrongs don't make a right. Because if you call someone a hater, spewing hate, it's not right either. But the fact that the action is not to have a conversation, but to also attack Rich, left us nowhere than to say we were also going to attack those who were coming at us. Because you could read the comments. Not everyone is coming here as respectfully as you, Alicia, especially if they're coming, whether they're coming to defend, advocate, a neutral point of view, they aren't coming as respectfully as you.
and I think that that's where we as a society need to take a pause and really reflect on how we carry ourselves with conversation, because at the end of the day, you're never going to change somebody's mind by hate, right? I could sit there and scream and yell and curse and throw a fit. That's not going to change anybody's mind. If I can come in from a place of love and compassion and understanding, and we can listen to understand versus listening to respond, that's how change happens. That's how we come together.
I totally agree with you.
I love what you said, but I don't agree with it because nobody's on the spectrum. I mean, a lot of people are on the spectrum. And a lot of people have mental disorders, and that means that they don't think like you do. And that's the issue, is that there's a lot of people that are really mentally messed up that believe the lie. They don't see the truth like you do. So that's what I'm trying to say. And when it comes to everybody coming in here and going towards Rich, these people are like literally, there could be psychopaths. There's a lot of habitual people that are in here just, obsessed with her and obsessed with certain things. And then it becomes really biased because the fact of the matter is we don't know if everybody's watched all Rich's content and watched all her content. So it's like, it's not right. It's like very mixed.
Spectrum, that's not for us to call out. But of course, it's going to be a response from me because, we live in America and so much things are rampant. The violence and the racism, everything is rampant. But what's also rampant is freedom. And we're all here living the best that we can, doing what we want to do before, we go. No, a fake profile is gonna come at me because of course, I have my Jamaican accent. I'm Jamaican born and raised, and I'm very fucking proud of it. And for the love of me, I'm not gonna respond to a fake profile or what my response was to Linda, because if we want to have a conversation, whether it's a conversation in disagreement, an asshole is not the way to start it. And my response after that, you're gonna have to accept it, because again, you can't start something that we can't finish. And many persons are coming on here to seem as if we're starting something that they can't finish. I would love to come and have a conversation, whether it's somebody like Auntie Prue, who would say they're mutual because they love both Rich and they love both and Mikayla, or someone like you, Alicia, who would say, Rich, I feel like you could take your content in a different direction. It's a community and we all have voices, but I won't listen to the fake profile voice that's going to throw racism at me, and I won't listen to the voice on the spectrum that's calling me an asshole.
No, you're right.
2 ears, and I filter what I listen to.
At the end of the day, no good is going to come from somebody coming and starting a conversation, calling a group of people assholes. At the end of the day, I don't know Auntie Prue, I don't know Armando, I don't know you, Kim, I don't know Patricia, I don't know Heidi. So who am I to sit there and say that somebody's an asshole? And for that young lady that came in here and said that, I apologize on her behalf. She clearly was not okay. And
she was having a heart attack.
Point somewhat, not everybody has the emotional maturity,
right,
to approach a conversation from a place of productivity versus emotion. And Rich, I got to commend you, because your strength is something fierce to be able to sit here and listen to people who have a difference of opinion. One of them that's being mine. I hope and pray that you're able to listen to some of that feedback and find that piece of your heart that has empathy for somebody who's clearly not quite as strong as you are, and spread some of that satire around. I think your channel and what you do has made you who you are, and I understand that there's a bit of funniness to that, but it also gets to a point where it crosses a line sometimes with some people who aren't as strong as you, and it can hurt people. And that's my only fear, is that we're doing things as human beings that have the ability to hurt people. And I hope we focus on that a little bit.
Now, if you're okay, so you're trying. Are you trying to, like, this one? I want to know, like, are you trying to get him to change? Do you want something? Do you want to see difference in him? What is it that you? And I wanted to ask you this: have you watched all of Rich Lux's episodes on Facebook? I mean, not Facebook. On his YouTube profile.
On YouTube? No.
YouTube.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, okay, he has a YouTube channel too. Okay, so, like, more or less, what you're coming in on a conversation, talking about the good things, the bad things, what you see that you think that he's saying about Mikayla, but you're biased. Your opinion is kind of biased because it's not equally, you can't judge based upon, you haven't heard all of the facts of you know what I'm saying, to sit there and make your call because your assumption until you can go and watch the videos, because there's a whole other channel that that's what I'm saying, is that it's more or less, it's not fair to even judge or even say anything that he's doing anything towards anybody unless you've seen what he said about her and the other. So you're seeing, like, maybe one, that's like us being on a baseball team, you being on a soccer team, him being on a football team.
Alicia,
are you trying to sit there and say that there's videos where Rich is building her up?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Alicia, can I respond to you before you go ahead?
Absolutely, there is.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this to Alicia, to you in front of everybody with an open mind again, that you were right in you were right in your advice to Rich, and I'm gonna say this. There could be videos of Rich saying good things about her, but I'll say this. If you're gonna come here,
thank you, Kat,
to give Rich some advice after someone said about them that you are part of the reason why I'm having a hard time, it kind of would outweigh what we're sending Alicia to research, because what Alicia is doing is saying, okay, for a community, if someone is going off the edge, perhaps we wouldn't want to be the person to push them there.
Thank you, Eric.
And if someone is saying blatantly in their content, calling the people, because I love Rich. That's the thing, Rich, I love you, and I don't want people out here saying things about you that you're the reason why they're depressed and sad.
Exactly.
And that's the only reason I'm saying to you, with an open mind, if you can, sometimes if you can listen to people like Alicia, let's open our minds to them, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be the cause of people's hurt and demise. It's not fair because of work or reviews or content. No. Armando, what you're saying is also right, because we could also come to Rich's defense and say what Mikayla said. She never had to say it because Rich may have said one or two good things. But mental health doesn't look like that. And it would be unfair to sit here and allow Rich to say to him, if he doesn't want, if you're listening to people, you can't listen to one side of the story, because people have their reason to say, like Mikayla
it's narrow-sided.
Mikayla has her reasons to say Rich is a part of her having a hard year. Mikayla has her reasons to say that. Rich has his reasons to do the review he does. But if we want to have a conversation with an open mind, the least we can do is acknowledge the commentary when people are playing it, especially with people like Alicia, because what she said is, Alicia, what you said was not wrong, and I appreciate you saying that.